Hello and welcome back to Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments. We are here for our third case, which is called Bloodbath.
Holmes, what happened?
I feel deathly.
And you look it. Let me examine you. Please don't tell me that you've returned to your old habits.
Oh boy, what's going on?
Pupil is dilated.
Did you take opium again? Oh, there.
The temperature appears to be normal. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats. I need to concentrate and count the heartbeats.
Oh.
A weak pulse, around 50 beats per minute. But you're dying, Holmes. Your pulse rate is dropping. We need to get you to the hospital immediately.
The antidote. Give it to me.
The antidote? You mean that you're poisoned?
Now. Please.
Here, drink it all. Don't
That's
tell
quite
me
the
that you
start.
did this to yourself.
Hemlock and datura. I was compelled to.
Holmes, imagine if I'd not returned home when I did. What might have happened?
I knew that you would.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade is here to see you.
Mr. Holmes is unable to see anyone at the moment. He is unwell.
Oh.
A good day, Inspector.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, I'm glad to find you here. I need your help. This is a strange one. We have brought in two young bankers from the city, sons of lords, members of the chamber, and so on and so forth. They were found stranded in a rowing boat that was drifting on the Thames.
A romantic escapade with an unhappy ending, Lestrade.
What? Well, yes, they were both in the bath, but, what?
As I said,
And they were tied together.
you are lacking in imagination, Inspector.
Well, no, I'm not. Anyway, there was a banner flapping about in the boat with the RMS Oceanic printed on it and signed by the Merry Men.
The Oceanic. Isn't that the largest steamer ever built?
Yes. And these two young banker chaps are sons of the owners of the White Star Line, the company that built it. There are rumours of corruption.
I'm not interested in politics, Lestrade.
I'll keep it then. Here's another one that's a bit more complex and maybe to your liking. It's a murder, but we're unable to find any weapon. We haven't touched anything. It's at the Roman Baths in Strand Lane.
Okay.
A murder, a vanishing weapon, the Roman baths. That's for us. Watson, fetch your hat.
Okay. Quite a start. Poison ourselves. To then jump into this one. We took away the train whistle as a souvenir. That's nice. Join Lestrade. Okay, let's go. Strand Lane Baths.
What a beautiful place.
With a dreadful murder. The body of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe is still in the steam room. It has not been touched, per your usual instructions, Mr. Holmes. I shall be waiting for you here, but please hurry.
Okay, any suspects?
Are you able to identify the men who were with the victim in the steam room?
Yes. The manager of the bath, Sir Gregory Pitkin, a lad from the city council, Garrow, and an archaeologist by the name of Blinkhorn. I think the plump one, Garrow, did it. He doesn't seem right in the head.
Well, we shall see.
What's the crime weapon?
You found no murder weapon?
No, and that's why I called you. All three witnesses and the victim were locked in when the murder occurred, and they remained so until we got here. We even had to pick the lock to enter.
I see.
Interesting.
Was there anyone else here, apart from those gentlemen in the steam room?
Yes, a Mr. Phillips. He was the one who called the police. He will be able to give you more details.
Okay. Well, let's start the investigation. Let's talk to Mr. Phillips.
Good day to you, Mr. Phillips. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my colleague, Dr. Watson. Would you be so kind as to answer our questions?
Certainly, sir.
Let's have a look at him. Light wrinkles. Scissor cuts, grooms himself, lives alone. It's tedious. Okay. Shiny buttons. Manchester City. Telegram.
Please tell us the chain of events from the start of your day. Everything that you can remember. The slightest detail may be of importance.
Very well, sir. I came in at 6:30 this morning, and I opened the baths. I made sure that the room was clean, and I prepared the towels. The brazier was still burning.
There was a fire burning all night.
Yes, Sir Gregory ordered me to light the brazier yesterday. It takes some time until the room is fully heated. The gentlemen had a meeting at 9 o'clock this morning. I wanted everything to be perfect. They'd been in the steam room for 20 minutes when I suddenly heard shouting. I ran to the door, but it was closed. I couldn't open it. So I ran out to the street to call for the police. One constable came up, and then there were others, and they picked the lock. Then Inspector Lestrade came along, and he told us that nothing should be touched.
Okay. Were there any other visitors?
Did you receive any other visitors this morning?
No one. Until these gentlemen arrived. Sir Gregory was the first. And then, while we were discussing work details, Sir Rodney and Mr. Blinkhorn arrived, and Mr. Garrow followed.
What happened after that?
I waited until they'd all entered the steam room, then I returned to the hall. The changing room door was open, so I should hear if they needed anything.
You would have heard if someone had entered or left the steam room.
Certainly, sir. These doors make a lot of noise.
Okay. That is quite curious. That's how we like it. Can you see anything here? Yeah.
The changing room. The steam room.
Okay. Why does it zoom in so much? Kind of just want to look around in the room here. It zooms in. Okay. Exitus. Oh no. Does what I thought it does.
Frigidarium.
The steam room's on the other side, Mr. Holmes.
Okay. Let's go there. Okay.
These clothes belong to one of the suspects from the steam room. Clothes belonging to one of the suspects. Expensive clothes belonging to one of the men from the steam room.
Champagne bottle.
Champagne for a special occasion. An ice bucket to keep the champagne chilled. Unopened, it was intended to be enjoyed after the steam session.
Okay. Are they all still in there?
Good Lord, Holmes.
Ah, death with a peculiarly Roman piquancy.
Like the one you almost had an hour ago.
Let us forget about that.
Okay.
There was only one hit from the weapon. It pierced the right eye straight through to the brain. Death would have been instantaneous.
Okay. Lots of blood.
The wound should not have bled so profusely. This pool is rather large. Some dirt or earth. I'll take a sample.
Okay. Sample, always good.
Well, death is very recent. Between 30 minutes to 1 hour ago.
Ring finger.
Look, Watson. He was wearing a ring. He very likely removed it before the steam session. I think we have found all that we can here, taking into consideration the abysmal lighting. Constable, we have finished with the body.
We don't have many leads here.
What concerns me is that we still have to find the murder weapon.
Mr. Holmes?
Please have the body removed without disturbing anything else in the room.
All right, Mr. Holmes.
Thank you.
I was wondering, Holmes, it's fairly reckless to carry out a murder inside a closed chamber. Why do you suppose they did it?
There are a great many possibilities. The murderer was in a hurry, or he is an artist, or a ghost, or he wanted to ensure that I'd be brought in on the case.
Probably the latter. You are ridiculous, do you know that?
Let me be ridiculous. Oh, there's that. Pool of blood. Oh, there's something.
I should check this blood sample at Baker Street.
There's a key, yeah.
This key was covered in blood. I should ask Phillips about it.
Okay, we have a bloody key. Blood samples. Guess we talk to the suspects in a second. Steam switch. Okay, that
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away. With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
That is interesting. So that is probably how the murderer was able to kill him. Despite being in a closed room. Interesting, okay.
One lens is
Process.
cracked, probably due to the temperature of the brazier. These lenses are for myopia. The wearer is short-sighted. The brazier is still burning. The heat here is extreme. I will need something to pick up this melted metal.
Okay, we need something for that.
It is too hot. I cannot reach into it.
Oh, let's talk to these guys.
It's horrible. So Rodney, he's dead. Can't we speak about it somewhere else?
A bloody towel here.
Blood traces wiped on the towel.
The towel of Mr. Garrow, okay.
I'm in shock. I don't want to talk.
It's horrible. I can't talk at the moment.
Okay, do we have anything else? Oh, there was something.
The grid cannot be removed. The weapon is nowhere to be found.
Anything else? Maybe the Steam thing. So is there something that I...
With the steam on, I'm unable to see even a few feet away.
Must be something to be found, right? Maybe not. Maybe it's just to show me the... Oh, I can only use it with... It's on. Let's see.
G. Newell and Sons, Steam Specialists, Seattle, WA.
Seattle, Washington, okay. Do we have to leave now? Okay. Let's talk to Mr. Phillips again.
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
Wait.
Please wait. I need to do something first.
Let's talk to Mr. Phillips first.
How many people have keys to the steam room?
We have just the one key for now, which Sir Gregory gave to me.
So, this morning you opened the steam room, and then?
I put the key inside my desk, but when they called, I couldn't find it. It had disappeared. I don't know where it is.
Did you leave the baths at any time, or receive any visitors?
No, sir, I did not.
The bloody key. What? Oh, is it the...
Did you leave the baths at any time, or receive any visitors?
Oh yeah, the
No, sir, I did not.
telegram. You had to leave for that.
You are not telling the truth, Mr. Phillips. You left your work this morning, and you went to the post office, where you dispatched a telegram at around 7:30.
But how could you... No,
The telegram was for someone in Manchester.
Mr. Holmes,
Aha!
I'll tell you everything.
Please.
I left the baths at 7:20. My sister wrote to me yesterday, and she needed a reply, or her mother is unwell. I was away for 20 minutes, and I closed the baths on my way out.
Did you receive a reply from your sister?
No, she wasn't meant to. I just told her to pawn my old school uniform so that she could pay for the medication.
Did you check to see if the key was still in your desk when you returned?
No, I didn't. Please, Mr. Holmes, don't tell the police about this. Sir Gregory would give me the sack. I need this job.
I see.
Okay.
There is a
Someone
bottle of
stole the
champagne
key
on
while he
ice
was
in
away.
the changing room. Do you have any idea who left it there?
There is? Are you quite certain? I didn't pay any attention. Do you believe that it's important?
That's not helpful.
Mr. Holmes, I should like to take the suspects to the yard. You can interrogate them there. Any objections?
Oh, you can take them.
None, Lestrade.
So now we can examine the belongings. Oh, I guess at the station. Okay. Anything else here now that they're gone? Okay. What of the other room?
This area serves as Sir Rodney Bentcliffe's workshop.
Okay.
Tools used by archaeologists in their research.
Oh, we
will
can
need
take
these
the tongs
tongs.
to take out the molten metal thingy. What's this? This metal plate, besides its archaeological interest, appears to be a part of something larger. At the present moment, I'm unable to determine exactly what that might be. Okay. Nothing here.
A shape has been cut in the plate. What should be done with it?
Oh, we just take the... Okay. We'll just take it.
Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them. Dear friend, I wish to organize a press conference at the Strand Lane Bath next month, 1893. Was a remarkable year for my work in Egypt, but now it's time to set my focus upon English archaeology, to shine the light on our national treasures and reveal them to the public. I would like to see as many journalists as possible in attendance to record this event, and record it favorably if we treat them well enough. I should like to recall my old friendship with Lord Blackmore and use the special funds of the Royal Archaeological Institute for this event. Jeez. Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Okay. There are few among us who could claim any degree of unfamiliarity with the name of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. He is a gentleman who possesses the wealth, notoriety, and vigor to well match the finest of his ilk abound in England. His intellect is equal to his charms, as has often been declared by the young ladies of the European aristocracy. He holds powerful connections within the Lord's Chamber and carries an influence inside the political world. There are those who would call him unforgiving authoritarian. We should rather say that Sir Rodney is determined and ambitious. His presence at any archaeological site can only mean success for all concerned. Then we have the Times article, Miraculous Reopening for the Strand Lane Roman Baths, Excavation Research. The research efforts were about to be halted when a savior arrived in the form of Sir Rodney Bentcliffe. Sir Rodney has taken over immediate control of the excavation, claiming that the site holds the key to a great mystery. We pledge to update our readers with all of the exciting news as it develops. Interesting. Archaeological findings. Old clay pots with numbers inscribed upon them.
Anything here that stands out? There's a box. Photo negatives.
A glass plate negative is missing.
That's interesting.
It is a glass plate negative of an Egyptian statue. Glass plate negatives, a remarkable method for recording ancient civilizations.
Okay. That's that. Now I have the tongues to get... Oop. Oh!
My God, are you all right? I wonder how this could have happened.
Yes, it is somewhat treacherous. Fortunately, I am unscathed. To where does this corridor lead?
To the frigidarium, the coal room.
Barely unscathed and by a very small margin. And treacherous is an understatement.
Interesting.
Those
Probably not
stones
a
weigh
coincidence.
tons. We won't move them.
It does not matter. If our investigation requires it, we shall ask for them to be removed.
Okay. Maybe another way in there? Guess not for now. Well, let's go back into the bath and see if we can get the thing out of the brazier. No, not the glasses. There we go. Oh. What? I'm holding. There you go.
I should analyze this melted metal.
Okay. Seems to be...
Mr. Holmes?
We're maybe done here for now. Anything else?
These
from
baths
Mr.
are becoming
Phillips?
sinister.
They sure are.
Mr. Holmes?
Anything else here before we may leave? Okay. No connection there. Okay, we have these. And we have this to perform an analysis. Same with the fingernail and the blood. We have to look up Sir Rodney's draft. And talk about the champagne with the suspects at Scotland Yard. Well, I think we will first return to Baker Street to make those investigations, to then maybe have additional information that we can bring up in the interrogations. Quick look if we got letters. The power of the Empire is growing stronger day by day. As of yesterday, the Mexican consortium Caracal began serving the cause of the British Empire. This arrangement is undeniably profitable for London and England overall, and is a great achievement for our exceptional diplomatic and political community. Other news, a train has mysteriously disappeared en route to Evesham railway station. Okay, so Mycroft certainly took advantage of that. In there. Oh, there's Toby.
On the sofa for the third time today. Well, don't be surprised if Watson sits on you again.
Toby. Okay, nothing new there. Let's see if we can find something about Sir Bencliffe. 93. We have something here. Bencliffe's mummy, there. The great excavation in Aswan has taken over 3 years. Sir Rodney Bencliffe directed the archaeological work. The mummy was found with an enucleated eye and posed in an unusual position. The right hand was tensed, as if reaching out for something or to someone, just like the dead man. The mummy was buried upright. She has been named the Desperate Mummy due to her very peculiar characteristics. Nearby could be read in Latin, "By the eye he was punished, for he saw what he was not worthy." The mummy is believed to be Roman rather than Egyptian, as some symbols found in the tomb are in common with the Mithraic mysteries.
Here it is.
So,
By the eye he was punished, for he saw that he was not worthy. Dreadful.
really connected. Now. Well, I think before we do all the another analysis, we will take a short break and then we will continue the case Bloodbath next time. Thank you all for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please give the video a like. Maybe consider subscribing to the channel. Share the video with friends, family, and the people on the internet. Also, if you want to go the extra mile in supporting the channel, please check out the Patreon link in the description box below. That all helps me out a whole bunch and will bring you more content in the future. I will be back with more Sherlock Holmes Crimes and Punishments tomorrow. Until then, have a great time.